Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to package your trading cards. I will be using a Pokemon card as our example. I personally use eBay and TCGPlayer as my selling platforms. If you are new to the channel, I open up a Pokemon pack daily with the occasional longer video. If you would like to support the channel, please check out my eBay store link down in the description. Hopefully sometime in the near future we will have a website, but for now we will utilize the tools that we have at our disposal. You can also like this video, comment down below what kind of videos you would like to see, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's package some cards. Okay, so you just sold this Ice Rider Salar XP Max. What next? First thing we're going to do is we're going to print our packing slip, and we're going to purchase our shipping labels if we're going to be using them. Here's a packing slip from eBay, and here's a packing slip from TCGPlayer. Packaging the card is fairly similar with just a tiny bit of differences. So firstly, we're going to take a look at the eBay order. You can probably see that this is for a Blastoise EX from Evolutions. I just printed a random packing slip just to have one. So we got our card, we made sure and matched our packing slip, and what do we do next? I think the next step is going to be figuring out how we're going to be shipping out the card. So this is what a eBay standard envelope shipping label looks like. This was printed using my thermal printer. I spent a little over $200 for everything I need for the printer, the labels, the label holder, and whatever else was needed. I think that was it though. You don't have to use this. You can print it up on a piece of paper as well, cut it out and tape it on, which I did that for the first several months of doing this, and then I just got, to my wit's end with it, and I was like, I'm gonna splurge and I'm gonna buy a laser printer. So this is what a laser printer label looks like. It doesn't need to be on this. You can always print it up on a piece of paper, but this is our eBay label, and we can also use stamps. These are forever stamps. For each stamp, it is 1 ounce. So you're gonna, when you got your package all packaged up, you're gonna weigh it, and however many ounces it is, you're going to match with your stamp. So if it's 1.1, you're gonna put 2. If it's 1 and under, you're gonna put 1. And then a side note, if you're gonna be doing it as non-machinable, you're gonna use 2 stamps, because non-machinable is 2 forever stamps. Or with eBay, I think it's like 2 ounces extra. So it'll be the $1.06 or something around there. So we've got our packing slip, we've got our shipping label. Now we are going to make sure our card is secure and safe for transit. First things first, make sure your card is in a sleeve, which this one already is. All my cards stay in sleeves no matter what, unless they're just bulk. And then you'll use one of the following. We got this is technically a Card Saver 2, which is a smaller version of the Card Saver 1. And then this is a top loader. A top loader is considered a rigid protector, and this is semi-rigids. I ship semi-rigids as machinable because they're not super rigid, they're flexible, so they won't jam up the machines and damage the cards and what have you. Top loader is rigid. This can jam up the sorting machine, and if it does, it's going to damage your card. And sometimes USPS will also pull it off and do it as non-machinable anyways, sometimes even package and charge the customer a fee that you'll probably get passed on to you. So just be wary of what protection you're using for your card. For this card, I'm going to be using a semi-rigid, and we're going to be using the Card Saver 2, which is the smaller version. That's what I mainly use. Typically I use the Card Saver 1s where they're bigger if I have multiple cards that I'm shipping out as machinable. So for my particular instance, I like to ship my cards in team bags, which is an extra layer of protection. But in order for the semi-rigid to fit in the team bag, I need to cut off the top of the semi-rigid. So we're going to put our card in our protection. Don't force it in because you can damage your card, and you always want to send the customer the card in the condition that they purchased it. So we got our card in the semi-rigid, and now we are putting it in this team bag. If the top was on the semi-rigid, it wouldn't close like that. So here is our card, fully protected, and this is how I would ship out my card. And this is what it looks like in the top loader. A little bit easier to get it in there. You can tap it a little bit, get it down. It didn't work because I don't want to vibrate the desk too much and shake the camera. But you can tap a little bit on the bottom, it'll get it down there. But yeah, that's top loader. That's if you're shipping it as non-machinable, which I do for orders $10 and up. When I say non-machinable, I'm also including like USPS ground, stuff like that. Other shipping providers, like if it's anything other than something that's going to be machinable, then I'm putting it in a top loader. Moving on, we got our card with its protection. Then we are going to take our packing slip. We're going to fold our card nice and neatly in here. It adds a little bit of an extra added layer of protection, but it also makes your order look a lot more presentable. So our first fold is right here on the bottom. It's a smaller rectangle. Then we go with a larger rectangle. And then we do our final fold. I like to place my finger right there, right in front of the first fold. And it makes it to where it's nice, neat, and clean. And this is what we're going to be putting into our envelope. So we have our envelope here. I like self-sealing. I don't want to be licking no envelopes. So I'll put my order in there, take off that adhesive, close it like so. And that's what it will look like. Nice and well packaged. And then we would slap on our shipping label like that on the front, peel it around like that, so that way they can still scan the barcode when it gets to the checkpoints. And then I would also throw a couple pieces of Scotch tape right on these corners here to make sure it's completely sealed. But that's more so OCD than necessity. If you do not have team bags and you've got your semi-rigid, you can also throw a piece of Scotch tape over it like that to make sure that opening is covered, sealed, so that way your card doesn't fall out during transit. But make sure it's Scotch tape. Some tapes will damage the card if it touches. So that was our eBay order. Now we're going to take a look at our TCGPlayer order. I'm not going to go through every selling platform, just the platforms that I know of, and hopefully it gives you a good enough idea of what it should look like, what your finished product should look like before sending it out. So we've got our TCGPlayer order here. This one is a Forest Seal Stone, some other competitive cards. What I'll do is cut out the shipping section here, and then I'll cut it off here at this dotted line and right here. And then I will stick this on the front of my envelope for the ship to. And then I have stickers for my ship from, but you can also write on ship from your name, address, state, and all that mumbo jumbo. So let's see what it looks like when it's cut out. For this example, we'll look at both the envelope and a bubble mailer. So typically, I will slap this just right here in the middle. I will write my name here. Here, let's use this envelope actually. A little bit better. Right there, got my information, as you can see, very good penmanship. And then I will put a stamp for every ounce that my package weighs. We're gonna pretend that this card is like a $20+ card. We don't wanna ship this machinable and possibly get it damaged. So we're gonna put it in this top loader, if I can get it in the top loader. So we've got it in the top loader, and then I'm going to put it in this team bag, close it up. Now that's gonna be pretty hard to bend and damage. We're gonna take our bubble mailer. We're gonna be putting our card in here like so. I'll slap a piece of Scotch tape over the two ends here just to keep the card in there. I will put my card in the bubble mailer, take the seal off, close it, and then I would slap my postage just like that. Then I would tape off the edges because I'm OCD. I also have stickers that say, please do not bend on this, or please do not bend this. Just another precautionary thing to try and get my package to the customer without having any damage done. And then you can also get one of these non-machinable stamps where you just stamp on the non-machinable on your package. You'll want to do that for anything that you're running non-machinable. If you're using ground, then you don't have to do that. You will definitely want a scale so you can weigh your package to make sure that you are shipping using the correct service. So we'll turn on our scale. This one was relatively cheap. I think I got it off Amazon for maybe around 20 bucks. Not entirely sure, but we'll weigh our package. This is 0.6, so we could send this as non-machinable. Because it's a bubble mailer, it has to go as non-machinable, otherwise it will jam up this order. The only thing you can send as machinable are these letters. So this one would go as 1 ounce with 2 extra ounces because of the non-machinable. Or you can send it as ground with USPS or FedEx and just slap your label on it. Don't have to worry about the non-machinable. If your package doesn't fit in this slot here, you'll need to use a service other than the regular envelope service. You'll need to use ground or priority or whatever service you prefer other than the envelope service. You can pick these up at your local USPS. I don't know if they're going to charge you anything for it, but mine was gracious enough to give me one, so that way I wasn't having all these troubles figuring out what I could and could not send. It also has a little measuring guide here so you can see what size your package is. I don't ever use it because I use the same envelopes every time. I don't have to worry about it. So we learned how to keep our card safe during transit, how to differentiate which service we would be using to ship our card, and how to package our card nice and neat and presentable for the customer. If you have any questions or if there's anything that I missed during this video, please let me know down in the comments section so I can try and help further. This is my first how-to that I've done, so just trying to feel my way through it. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, as it greatly helps out and gets my video across the platform to other people. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.